Madame et série n'a jamais caché son amour fou pour HBO, chaîne pionnière à l'origine de bijoux comme The Wire, Game of Thrones, The Night Of, Westworld et Big Little Lies.
So nothing, man. Look, I'll teach y'all if y'all want to learn.
Nous avons rencontré Richard Plepler, patron heureux à la tête d'un vivier de talents toujours plus grand, depuis le lancement de la sombre Oz il y a déjà 20 ans. L'occasion idéale pour faire un bilan.
Tom Fontana, along with David Chase, along with Alan Ball, these were David Simon, these were people who personified everything that I think is best about HBO. You could tell a complex story. You could tell it with all its messiness and its verisimilitude, and if you did it really well, it would have a deep emotional connection with the audience. And I think what Tom pioneered was a template for storytelling that I think you find reflected in many of our best shows to this day, on both the comedy side, the drama side. A show, for example, like The Night Of, a limited series like The Night Of, a show like True Detective, very much in the DNA of Tom Fontana and David Chase and David Simon, David Milne.
That's how it looks. But it's not that simple, is it?
Au fil des années, HBO a éduqué le public avec des séries toujours plus exigeantes jusqu'à Westworld, récit futuriste labyrinthique lancé l'an dernier.
This is not a fucking glitch. There's something bigger going on.
I think the most important thing that HBO has always delivered on is the passionate connection that our shows have with our audience. They're very discernible voices, whether that's Silicon Valley or whether that's Veep or whether in the past it was Sopranos or Sex and the City or The Wire. Everybody knows that they have the point of view, if you will, of the auteur. And when people gave Westworld the chance over a couple of hours and they marinated in the subject matter and they came to connect with the characters and their stories and the mystery behind the show, there was what I call a core gut connection with the show itself. And that's why you watch the audience continue to grow throughout the weeks of the series. And, you know, as I am proud to say, the biggest first-year show in our history.
Tell me, Dolores, if you did take on a bigger role for yourself, would you have been the hero or the villain?
Comme Game of Thrones, Westworld transforme des séries de pouvoir et de manipulation en manifestes féministes revigorants. HBO a d'ailleurs toujours été un lieu de libération de la parole féminine de Sex and the City à Girls, créé par Lena Dunham.
When Lena came to the network, she was 24 years old. And for her to have the maturity and the discipline and the imagination to not only write and direct and produce, but star in a show of this breadth and magnitude is just extraordinary. But people watched her do that. Sarah, of course, having been a pioneer really with Sex and the City, and now back with Divorce, totally different themes, totally different message, but nonetheless, obviously, a very strong woman's voice with strong women characters.
I love it. But do you love it like, I would give her money for her fundraiser, or this bitch looking like a black Ariel? Are those mutually exclusive? Okay.
The story really of Issa is that Casey Bloys, who our very talented president of programming, he read an article on Issa in the New York Times, and that precipitated him to go on YouTube. And then he watched her show Awkward Black Girl and brought her in, and you know, the rest is history. So ideas are coming from many, many places, and talent is coming in the door all the time, pitching ideas. I think what's important is that you have a wide range of voices on your team and a wide range of sensibilities on your team so that people are listening for different ideas, different sensibilities that, you know, maybe somebody of my generation might not hear or be attuned to. You want to make sure that on your team there are people from different walks of life, different demography, diverse community of programmers and marketers who see the world through different lenses. And I think the key for us is to make sure we're always leaning in to those new voices, always creating a home and an opportunity for new voices to come in pain.
I don't understand why you're yelling at me when I'm in emotional pain.
Yeah, well, you know who else is in emotional pain?
Who?
Fucking everyone!
La mission de HBO n'est pas seulement de découvrir des voix. Elle est de se maintenir dans un milieu toujours plus compétitif avec l'arrivée de plateformes de contenu alternatives et d'une prolifération de supports.
I think it's very important that we recognized back in 2012, 2011, 2012, that there was this whole universe of cord cutters who were only going to have broadband in their home. We wanted to make sure we were there to service those consumers, and we built HBO Now. But we also said that that was not going to be replacing or instead of our multilateral distribution with our cable partners, our telco partners, our satellite partners. And indeed, that's been proven true because we're growing on all fronts. So you always want to make sure that, the great Wayne Gretzky, the great hockey player Wayne Gretzky, he famously said, "I don't skate to where the puck is, I skate to where the puck is going." And we try to think about, certainly from a business standpoint, where is the business headed, and make sure that we're providing great content wherever, whenever, and however people want to watch it. We'll move, into VR, obviously, as VR expands, and all the different dimensions of technology.
And you see this? It's the queen. She's smart, she fierce. She move any way she want, as far as she want. And she is the go-get-shit-done piece.
The heart and soul of the brand, what I believe the lure of the brand is and remains, is the range of our original programming across categories. So it's documentaries, it's John Oliver, it's Bill Maher, it's real sports, it's Vice, which is a millennial kind of news show telling stories about the complexity of the world with a very unique voice. So I think there's an energy to our programming and an energy to what it represents that keeps people inside the house. This year will be one of our most robust years in history, and I think that's the result of delivering on this promise that we're making to our subscribers, namely, we're giving you something unique, we're giving you something special, and we're doing it in a way and curating it in a way that is worthy of our brand proposition, which is quality, excellence, differentiation, again, across all categories of programming.
So how do you get to be the king? It ain't like that. See, the king, stay the king.